Yeah, we're going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. uh, okay, we started, we've started already. We've started to skin this. I think we are done with the head. Let's get into the fingernails now. Get into the fingernails, then we'll take it on from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my playhead here until when the finger starts coiling itself. So probably I might have to really zoom tight into that particular area. So I think that starts from somewhere around here. Okay, until when it coils in. So I'm going to select and I'll click on my paint skin width tools. Let me see if I have one or two joints unlocked. In fact, I'm going to scroll from the top and I'll gently scrub down, or scroll down rather, scrolling down gently. I am not seeing my joints because I've set them to hidden. If I turn them on, well, sometimes you might select a particular area of a mesh, a particular area of influence, or you might get to want to see the particular area of an influence on a mesh through the joint as well. So I can right click and hold on the particular joint. Then when I do that, it's not saying it now. Okay, I have to also ensure that my cursor is directly on top of the mesh. When I right click and hold exactly where I have that joint, I'm going to get this menu here. You can select the influence, you can select affected vertices, and it goes on and on. There are different options, unlock influence and the rest of that. So what I want to do is to select the influence. Did you see that? I just selected the one for the thumbs mistakenly, so it's one for the index that I need to select. So basically what I intend to explain here is to help you understand that you can select certain influence around a particular area using your joint as well. Easy taken. So now what I want to do is I'm going to be doing a lot of, in fact I might have to unlock all of these. I'll probably have just these two unlocked for now. And what I'm going to do next is I enjoy working in the select mode when I'm working on the, what's it called, on the fingers. So I might have to be going between turning the joint off and on and having to come back to them. Is it taken? So now that I have this, I will be switching this to component level. I'll grab this, double click, let this, double click, and I'm going to select this. I think I should have the joint on probably so that I can see what I'm doing clearly. Another thing again is there are some things here that are supposed to, I'm trying to select all of those joints. Select this to displace. So although there are some in which would be sharing their influence, they'll click right here if I'm correct. No, I think everything I'm correct. Let me take my slider back. Okay, I think I just missed one there, and I don't think we need this. Okay, right, I might probably add this one as well. So all of those vertices are going to be getting their influence from this joint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weight them all to that, and then I hope there is no influence coming from here, and I also believe there is no influence coming from there. So although what I'm saying here is that influence is coming from the wrists, and that I think should be reduced. I left some things here. There's some vertices out. Okay, I want the influence from there. Okay, so this should be driven up. The one is coming from the wrists, that it is locked and you can't take its influence except I do that directly by myself from here. So now when this folds, of course, we're going to see some aspects. We've prepared for some issues already around here, and that is coming from the fact that all the controls here are all on this joint here. It has almost the full control, except that the wrists has some as well. So we're going to blend. We're going to do blending later. So now that I have this, what I just need to do is I might also have to like add a bit of this. Shift right click and hold, and probably increase this slightly. We are getting something coming from this. Okay. Alright. Alright. Shift right click and hold. Grab the influence in that spot. Okay. Use this. Okay, I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave things the way they are right now. Okay, so what we should be seeing now is that okay, there's some influence. There is an influence that's coming from there, so we have to take it out. So it means that this is the one that is taking almost everything, except that it obvious that okay, we've been able to, let me see, okay, alright, it's perfect. So now we have all the influence directly coming from the index finger 1 joint, so we can now begin to share between it and the wrist, particularly some area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm having troubles, so the joints, with visibility of the joints, particularly their sizes. So what I'm going to do is, after selecting these, I might slide this backward, and for me to grab some back pieces around here. Okay, so these joints are going to be sharing their influence with the wrists. With the wrists, they are going to be sharing their influence, including these three. You can do Control 1 to be sure of the mesh that has been selected, and to also get to know the one that needs to be added to the selection as well. So I think I'm cool with what I have right now, probably. So I'm just going to go back and see what we have. Control 1 to get back here. Then when this finger folds, we should blend not between these two index. We should blend between the first index and the wrist. So I'm going to unlock that. Then I'll change this to smooth so that there's no influence on the wrist that is getting to this place. So what we're going to do is we are going to smoothen things out. Okay, we're going to smoothen things out and see what it looks like at first. Okay, let's see what it looks like when it's fully folded. Okay, this is not bad. This is not bad, except that I might have to add this one to it. Switch back. Flood. Or take it back to this area. Slide it. I might probably grab this. this few joint right here. I'm going to okay, I think the wrist probably should have almost enough control around there. Okay. Okay, I think I like the folder I'm getting here. I think it might. Yeah, it's perfect. Come on. Sweep right here and then in between them. Okay, then okay. I'll slide this back. Select some of this where this is probably here too. So when it folds, also create a nice bend right here, and that should be coming from this. So that this flood, and then okay, I'm gonna leave it right here. Probably select those, double click right here, slide this forward, flood, probably. No, I don't want that to happen. I don't think that is good enough. I'm going to do this. This to be. There's the three of them should be selected. This is not bad. This is good enough. Right. So now I'm going to lock this. No, I'm going to lock the wrist rather. I'm going to lock the wrists. I'll open up this. So the remaining one is between this and this now. So now, and that has to do with this set right here. So if I begin to like blend this through, this is what we're gonna get. Okay, I think that should also be added. Okay, right. Okay, that's I'm not satisfied with, so I'm just going to select this set of joints, and then I'm going to increase for this first one here. Should have some controls here to some extent, and I should look for a way of balancing this. Okay, same thing as this. Should blend these two. Should we blend between these two? one is between this index finger 2. Okay, I think it should be, this one should be, I'll take it as anything to do. Some extent. What about this one? Show this. This because it's fully bent. I am going to select this now. Push it up. Click. So that is what I'm going to do for the rest of the fingernails. So we have this now. Okay, so now we're going to the next one. I might just try and play with another approach. I'll play around with another approach, probably. So I might just select this. Or probably let's start with these like we started earlier for the index. So you just have to be very careful, be mindful of what you need to select, or the vertices that you need to select. You have to be mindful of them. So sometimes when I try targeting a particular vertex and I realize I haven't really gotten it, what I do is I do Control 1 to be sure that I didn't select the wrong one. Okay, because by doing Control 1 I try to isolate. It tries to help me isolate the selected vertices, leaving out the ones that are not selected. So this is what I'm trying to do. And I'll try to open that. Let's try and balance things here. Sure that okay. You can also do is an armor here. You can also float between our what's it called smoothing between them. You get so that's the thing. Smoothing things out. Okay. Smoothing things out. Just trying to check. See what we have there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up these. I can also see that some what's it called, some influence are actually coming from the thumb. They are coming from the middle finger. Some influence are coming from there. Okay, it might be what we do not want. So now I'm going to go down because I want us to wrap this up as quick as we can. Click. I am going to jump back to this, lock the wrists and open up the mid finger too that has been unlocked. Okay, so all of these have to go to the finger one, the middle finger one. So I hope that no influence is coming from anywhere else, particularly the ring. So I'm trying to be sure. I think it's still coming from probably, it can be from the pinky, definitely. It might be from the index, which is not what we want. Right, so that has been set. So now what we need is to blend things here, particularly here. This place needs to be blended. It needs to be blended. It needs to be blended with the wrist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn or lock that part, lock that middle finger too. Then I'm going to do some blending here, smoothness here. So this is what we have now. It's normal we have something like this at the beginning. So I can now probably switch to this one itself, and then switch back to the select mode. Or particularly, I might just select a few vertices here. Mid finger, push this out. Now I think I might leave that area for now. Okay. What if I share with this? It's going to look good. This one, I think we should take control of that. So from the this is not here. Okay, this one can be shared between these two. Okay, and for this, index. Okay. Just trying to blend things out here. I don't like how this is going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set all the weight back to these joints. I think we're going to end up leaving this the way it is right now, except that these three vertices here, I can try to like try and see if I can. Okay, probably that doesn't work on that. What about these three joints? These three vertices here. What about pushing them down? This. Okay, let me see what the foot looks like. Okay, I might end up leaving those because it's not fully. Okay, that's where that is coming from. One just have to keep checking and checking. And if that is not coming from there, one of these joints could be taking its influence. So this should be one now. And even this, it could be that, you see that the influence has been taken from here. Alright, this set of guys. Just have to keep checking, show what we're doing. What about this one is fully set to okay, this is it. We have 3 more to go. Control S, Control S. Okay, we're going to the ring. See that some of these joints are still controlling themselves. See that? We have an influence coming from. So what I'm going to do is, let me see where that is. Okay, that's why we have to check properly at the point, or sometimes we take out all the weights. Look at this now. There are some weights that are coming from. There are some weights that are coming from. If I grab these to this point, I want this to release all the weights that they have on this. I want to take them all out. See, take them all out. Selected all the vertices here. I realize that there are some weights that are coming from here, so I'm taking them all out. There might be some coming from this thumb as well. Okay, there is no one coming from the thumb. How about the ring? We're not getting anything from the ring. Okay, so now when the middle finger moves, you should see any movement coming from this side, coming from the index. When the middle finger moves, there shouldn't be any movement coming from the index. You see that? You see now that when this middle finger moves, you see that there's movement coming from the from the ring. That is not what we want. The same thing goes for when the rings move. There's some movements coming from the middle finger. When the rings move, movement coming from there's movement coming from the middle finger. That we might not want. So we might not want that. So what's the definitely we don't even want it. Not we might not want it. We don't want it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the vertices right here, or where this movement is coming from. I selected them all. So I'm going to duplicate to go back to paint, skin weight tool. I'm going to lock for the index. I'm going to open all for the middle finger. Then I'll jump straight to the ring. I'm going to select so that I don't have something around. This one also has something on it. This one has something on it. And I might also have something coming from here, which is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. All the influence. Let me see. When this moves now, no movements. When the index moves, there's no movement coming from the middle. And when the model moves, there is no movement coming from the index. And when the ring moves, there is no movement coming from the middle. So that's what we want. So what I'm going to also do is I'm going to also take out for these, but let me see whether that has disrupted our fold around the finger. That hasn't really done much. So you see, it didn't really have much influence when all the weights are. When all the weights were released from the middle to the index, I think they went straight to the rightful position. I don't know whether that makes sense to you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the ring finger now. Then we'll lock all of this. Let's focus on the ring. And there's something you can also do. We can also select all the vertices on the middle, on the ring finger. Select all the vertices on the ring fingernail. Select all the vertices there. Okay, all the vertices that I think are necessary have been selected. Then what I'm going to do is in the paint skin width tools, I am going to jump straight to the middle finger and drive this to 0. Select these, drive that to 0. Select these and drive that to 0. So 3 of these 3 middle fingers joints have no influence on the ring fingers. So I'm going to do the same thing to the pinky. See, the pinky finger 3, pinky finger 2, the pinky finger 2, the pinky finger 1. So now when this moves, so there is no movement coming from the ring. When the middle finger moves, there is no movement coming from the ring. The only movement we're saying is around here, in between them, where they share influence, which is good. But when the ring moves, we are seeing movement on the pinky. That's we're going to be taking care of later. Then same thing goes with when the ring, when the pinky actually moves, the ring is not moving except for like few vertices, and that is that movement is happening because they share parts around that. Yeah, they share part around there, share influence on that spot. So now what I'm going to do quickly is for the ring, I'm going to work on the ring. This is taking a very long time. It's actually worth it. So now what I'm going to do is let me start from here, then later I might come back to take care of. I think for this I am going to lock this first, then to open up the wrists. Okay, just have to balance things here. Sometimes you can just smoothen things out, smooth them out. I don't think this is bad. This is not bad. Let me see. Okay. Then let me this. We're going to lock the lists. We have nothing to do with this anymore. This is going to be going to okay, it's going to be going to this one here. Alright, it's going to be going to that, and I think this one too should have. Let's go from, we'll get one at first. Okay, where's that one coming from? Let me leave those now. Let me focus right here. It's of time. Okay. This one, I am going to set this. Okay, try this one. So I think this is not bad. Can we go after this? Okay. Seeing some movement right here. Right, this is why we are seeing some influence. Simply because you see what the joint looks like. See how clean they all look right now. So this is why we are seeing some influence of this. I see that the white to some extent spreads to this area too. So that's why we are seeing this influence, and it's actually necessary. It's necessary, except for the fact that it's not necessary on these. It's too much. The amount we're seeing coming from here seems to be too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I did earlier. I'll select all the vertices for the pinky. Okay. Then we are going to lock all of these ring joints. We're going to be opening the pinky joints. Where are the pinkies? These are the joints for the pinkies. They have been opened. So for this ring, for the first ring, we'll set this to 0. Drive with value to 0. This value is going to be driven to 0. So we have this, and so that we are not getting any influence coming from the ring to the pinky. So let's focus on the pinky right now. Let's focus on the pinky. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'll select all of this and all of this. We're going to set them all to nothing is coming except for figures from. Okay, wrists. It's not bad. This is not bad. Zero to zero. Use this. Okay. Particularly this. Let's set this down. Let's set this really down, but okay, let's leave it like this. Then for this points, insert this here right now. We'll work around the top later. So let's share this between and next thing is going to be to open up this. That's to be between these two joints. So when it's folded, okay, and then double click. Okay. Then we double click this. This one here. What about this? So for this place now, sir, what did you say? To spread the influence to you. Oh, okay. I think I forgot that there is oh, I mean I'm doing that on the wrong one, sir. I don't know whether it's in modeling. Are you sure? I think it's in modeling. Ouch. It's the modeling of the finger. No. It has a bulge here. Yeah. So it's not bad. We're gonna leave it like that. Let me just treat this one here. Then remain this one. Okay, I don't think this should be that troublesome. I think we might leave this part like that, except for the what is it? The tongue now is where we are. Okay. All right. Good. So for this one, so the spot here, okay, and full scene. I am going to be sending all that weight to this guy. This one is large. I think the wrist, I think the yeah, I thought as much. Let me set the thumb. Where is that coming from? Something is coming from somewhere. Something is taking his influence. This guy here is taking its influence. So this should be set to 1. So this is what it looks like. Although this doesn't look nice. Doesn't really look nice. Now let's push this out. We'll select this. Double click right here. Let's push this out. Push this out. So I'm going to leave things this way. Right, so we're going to call it a day for this, except that we might need to mirror things over. And I'm going to exit the component level, select this, and we just need to do it to save. Or probably I might bring my player back to the beginning, and then I'll mirror things over. I want to check. I mirror it. I have mirrored.
Like I told you, I saw that, like the characters moving to, and then you attach it to them. The way to on that system, the way to on the joint,
Yeah.
the character is like that, your skin that you reattach.
No, no. Just trying to check the fingernails. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, not bad. Except for here, it's as a result of the modeling. But anyways, we can hide a lot of things. Camera can help us hide a lot of things. A lot of things. So, but it's always good to make sure that there is no mistake in your modeling. So don't always rely on the camera help. Always ensure that your model is clean and good enough. You get? I think for now, I think we can call it done for the skinning, except that if I want to look into the shoulder, scapula, it's called scapula. So we're going to drop it here.